Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing tonight? I have finished this lemon journal, so I wanted to do a quick flip through for you and share it with you. And I think it came out really pretty, and so welcome to my channel. And we'll just get started. I just want to give you a little close-up, but I guess it can't be too close because then it won't fit into the frame, right? So I've got it tied closed with a pretty grosgrain ribbon here, and that matches this ribbon here that I used for trim. So just untie that real quick. And it was the lemon journal that I had made. How this came about was I had a little competition or event in My World in OKC Facebook group, and they were doing an event in August where we had to make something from a different color every week, and one week was green. So this was my green week where I made this cover, and then I had to put it aside because I had several other things that I was working on, and so I have just gotten around to finishing it now and putting the pages in and actually turning it into a journal. So as you can see, it's actually a napkin over green gingham cardstock, and I've got it bound with white wax cord to match. I've got some lemon that I fussy cut out from the napkin on the back here. I think that came out really cute. Got the trim on the back too. And if you've been watching, I did a couple other videos where I shared where, I was working on the pages and things, so you can see it's chunked out quite a bit here. So after I got all the pockets stuffed and did some sewing and I've got a little trim on some things, and so it came out really pretty. I like the papers from the side. I always like this view, so I think it came out really super pretty with all the different colors in here. And I didn't try to match, but I tried to just make this a pretty journal with some colors that match the green, you know what I mean, and a light bright colors. So as we open up the front cover, I just left, this is like a little journaling card right here, or actually a big journaling card, or a writing, I should say kind of like a writing board. It's just cardstock with a napkin over, and then it's zigzag stitched around. And so you can use it as a little book, or actually a big bookmark, or a writing board, or however you wish. I just had extra pieces here that I just sewed together. So I think that came out really pretty. I've got the lemon napkin here on the inside of the front cover. And then I just started off with some solid yellow paper to match, the colors. And that is a flip out. You see I need something right here. I was so careful just now going through all of the tuck spots, and I see I missed one there. Okay, so we've got one to fill. I'll put something there after the video. And then I've got some stationery in here, and anything that had a white, like say it was stationery on this side and then it was white on the other side, I green dyed with green food coloring. I kind of, make this little spray color dye with the food coloring, and it comes out like this. I think it's really super pretty, that light green color. And then I have also green dye lined paper that I used in here. This is some daytimer paper, and here is some more stationery. This pocket is zigzag stitched around, and in here I've got one of the lemon tags that I had actually made these for that event too. So these I had made, and it's just a double layer of napkin on either side, green zigzag stitched around with some little kind of like flat beads right here. There's green, gold, and green. This is like a darker green, and then a lighter or a medium green there. And I've got some pretty satin green ribbon here, and I think those are just super cute. And that's in that pocket. And then these are the little kind of long, narrow, I'm calling them long, narrow cards or journaling spots that I've been making with book pages. I've got place to write inside here with this one has lined paper inside. And it's just a pretty little book page that I covered with another pretty little napkin that I had. So I think those are cute and a good way to use up the book pages. So that's just a fun little journaling spot. And then I've got this music paper. Here's another pocket with a tag that I made from book pages. And it's got writing room on the back where I glued on some, or actually it's sewed on too, some coffee dyed lined paper. And then it's stitched around, but it's kind of, I was having fun with some messy stitching, and then I just got some wax cord string here. It's kind of an elasticy also. But, and this is just decorated with a piece of magazine, a flower that I, kind of like fussy cut out a little bit. But I really had fun with that messy stitching. I think it looks really neat on the front and the back. So that is in this pocket. In this pocket, if you saw my previous video, I showed you some things that I had pulled to use, pulled out and made a little I had a couple little piles in the last video that I was talking about this lemon journal. And in one of the piles, I had some desk ephemera that I said I got to use these up. These are sitting around. I just had to figure out some way to use them in this journal. So this was, I had a couple little pieces of paper like this that were scraps, and then I had these little pieces from books that I had made into to look like postage stamps. It's actually 2 layers. This is like book page, and I have a little figure glued on here. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty small, but a little figure there. I have a little figure glued onto this one, so it's actually 2 pieces, and this one's 1 piece. It was just a pretty little tree that I cut out. So I have those on this scrap. I glued them on there, like for decoration, and then I sewed it onto this ledger paper. And here I have that tag, and on the other side, so I kind of wrapped that scrap around as a pocket, okay? And this is that little flower description that I was talking about in my last video. I put that on this side of the pocket, is zigzag stitched it down to the ledger paper. And then so in this pocket, I just have an envelope that I had made out of a book page, decorated with a little strip of scrap paper there. And then this is, a little envelope that you can put something in and have some fun with. And that's an old book page. Here on this page, I've got some, this is the one with the green rickrack trim that's sewn on. And then so, like, here's this side of it, and then on this side, I have this heart. It's like a half heart tuck spot. In here, I have some of this pretty notepad paper that is, I think there's 2 pieces here, but it's blue lined down here, and this is birdhouses with a little, like, flower garden underneath, a bunch of little birdies, and what are those, butterflies and a dragonfly I see on there. Just a cute little, like, garden scene. So I have 2 pieces of that tucked here for some journaling fun, and then those can be glued down somewhere, or, cut into pieces, or whatever, someone might want to do. And this is some green lined paper. And so here's some more pretty stationery with, it's got yellow and green on it, and some dragonflies, and it's green dyed on the back, and it has a pocket. And in here I have a few little pieces of ephemera. So I have this pretty little note paper here. This is a flat, like a light flowered background here on this part. Then over here on the side, a little bit of flower trim. It's just white on the back. But that was just a little, pretty little piece of note paper that I stuck in there, and a lined Rolodex card. It's lined on both sides, and then that's an old one, and this is a little piece of a couple little Tim Holtz girls there to have fun with. They're so cute. So, and here's a little piece of stationery. Here it has the flowers. This is the one that's kind of cream color with some pretty flowers. Yellow. This is a sales receipt or invoice. I think it's more like a, well, I guess it could be either one. Quantity description. Yeah, so that's a yellow receipt there. And then I have a magazine page with the lace trim, and that's sewn on. And remember in the last video, if you saw it, I showed you this banner. I actually still have it right here. This banner that I said I was going to use in here. I thought I was going to make a banner, and then I decided to use it as trim. So I put it right here. I thought it looked so pretty on the side of this green page, because I was going to put it up here as a banner. And then I realized how pretty it would be just as some trim. So that came out so cute and pretty. I love the colors there on that. So it's all right up and down here. Just really pretty colors to match the kind of the colors throughout this whole journal. And that's a flip out there. And so here's some music page. This is a green lined paper. This is that pretty thick stationery that I talked about before. This is that same sales receipt. That book has a yellow, like a white copy and a yellow copy. I guess they're probably carbon copies type thing. And so this is the white copy. I put that in here too, so that can be written on. And here's another tuck spot I missed. I can't believe it. Okay, I'm going to make myself a note, 2 tuck spots that I will put something in right there. And then this was in that pile of things I wanted to use up, a little piece of banner. And so I sewed that on right there as a little tab. And then this is the envelope, that pretty like stationery envelope. And I put it in here like this as a kind of like a page. And then let this form a pocket or tuck spot here. And then this is going to be a pocket right here. So I don't have anything in there yet, but I will put something in there. That's number 3 spot that I need to put something in. And then here was another couple of things. This all makes sense if you saw, and hopefully I'm explaining it, but I had a little pile of things that I had been sitting over by my sewing machine, and I said I'd have to use these up because I don't want to put them away and add them to my stash. So I said I'm going to use these somehow in this journal. So this is another 2 pieces here that I have here. This was a book page right here from a flower book. So I put it right here as kind of a little flip up. And this was a little piece from the top. It was vintage like thread that I had picked up at a thrift store, I think. And this little piece came off the top of the thread right here. I didn't want to throw it away because I thought it was neat, because it was from old thread, an old thread spool. And so I put it right here as kind of a little, kind of like a little hinge to hold this book page on. But I stitched it twice. I stitched on the thread, little circle sticker here, and then I stitched on the page. So, and then I mentioned before that I'm using green, a combination of light green and medium green thread in here. Here's the back half where you can see that little thread sticker there. So that was how I used that up. And then this is a guest check here that I sewed here. Now I had this piece here that I needed to use up too. It was a little scrap. And so I ended up using that as the hinge for this guest check, which, lifts up and it's got the lines on both sides. I decorated the guest check with another strip of, I never did find the other one. I don't know where it is. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. But this was a strip that I cut off of this right here, this stationery. So I didn't want to throw it out. So I used it to decorate the guest check. And I put some lace next to it and some little Tim Holtz people. And I think that came out so cute. And then as we turn that page, I've got a pocket here with some goodies. And this is the pocket with the flower die cut and the, what is that, crochet button. And it goes through the button. The crochet is actually sewn onto this button, which is really cool. I received that in Happy Mail from Laura. Thank you, Laura. Those are so cool. Coolest things ever. I've never seen anyone else do that, so I just was really amazed when I got that in Happy Mail. This is some yellow tickets, to match the yellow and green in this journal, and also some yellow and green playing cards. This was one from one set that I had, which had actually had these yellow and green playing cards, so it was perfect for this journal, right? Oh, and I have some trim here too that is sewn on, so all kinds of fun stuff on this page. Then this is some more day timer, green lined paper, and then we're at the middle with this pretty stationery. I put some little metal charms here, these silver charms on the strings. This one says peace, and this one says you and me. I just thought they were pretty, and they just looked nice, little shiny silver charms in here. So I put those there. And as you can see, this is the back half now of what we've already seen, but there's some different trims and things. So here's a little banner here that can be used as a tuck spot. You can see it kind of lifts up a little bit right here. I'm just using this to show you. Just this part is glued down here, but this has a little opening here in case somebody wanted to use that as a tuck spot. Let's see, we could tuck another Tim Holtz person in here. Let's see if we have one that'll fit, that'll look cute there. Or let's see, do I have any? I have some Tim Holtz flowers here too. Let's try this. Well, that cuts her head off. Let's see if we have a flower to tuck in here real quick. And, or else one of the pockets that I missed, I could tuck a flower in. Or a little label to have fun with. Let's see, let me pull out a few things here. See if we can fill up these tuck spots. So I've got a little label. I mixed up some of my flowers, I didn't mean to. I was having fun with them, and then I was putting them away and mixed them up for the first time. It was like, because I usually don't do that. I like to keep them straight, you know what I mean? Let's try a flower. That doesn't look right with that flower is too big. Let me see here. I need kind of a thinner flower if I can find one. I wonder how that would look under there. That might look all right. And then that would be for someone to have fun with, to glue down somewhere in here, or you can fussy cut the flowers out. So I'm going to leave that there. It's going to, let's see if it's going to, might have to put it up here a little bit. It looks prettier down here though. Sorry, I didn't plan this part. I didn't realize I missed so many tuck spots. Okay, yeah, that looks cute. Okay, so we're going to leave that there. Here's another pocket here with, I have one of the lemon tags in here with the little beads and the green satin ribbon. There's the trim right here. This is all vintage lace that I have in here on the Rick Rack and things that I have in here. It's all vintage from like thrift stores and things like that. Another die cut flower with another, this is a crochet, another one of the crochet buttons. This one's yellow. So next page is a flip out with a trim, with another spot here that I can tuck something in. And let's see what I have here. I really don't have anything right here. I have to get other things, but I will look through my stuff. I put a lot of tuck spots in here, as you can see. This is the other half of the envelope. In here I have, and there's a pocket here. And then there's a little journaling card right here with a little boy raking leaves. Good for fall, right? And here's a pear tree. And the reason I put that in there was because it's a little game card, but it's green and yellow. So I just thought that was pretty in here. A flip out with a yellow page, the back half of the receipt, or sales receipt. This is a tuck spot here with this is kind of like a little, I made this with some of my copies that I got from, I think this one was part of the stuff I got from my son from the crawl space, where he found a bunch of diagrams and electrical books and things like that. So I think what I did was I copied it some regular size and some small. So this was a smaller one, and it's it's really cute, like a big tag. It's on cardstock, and I've got some baker's twine here. And I just turned it into a big tag, and it, aged it and everything. It looked so cool, I thought. So I tucked that in right there in this little heart tuck spot. And that is on the back of this pretty stationery, that pretty thick stationery. Green dyed lined page, music there. And this is a flip out green page with a blue crocheted button. A magazine page with some more of that pretty trim that matches these leaves on here so perfectly. And that is sewn on. So here's the flip out of the yellow receipt paper. And then this is the bottom half of some stationery. Here's some more stationery that's been green dyed on the back half of it. But I have a pocket, you know, that's sewn on. And then here I have a pretty postcard with these. I think these are daffodils. And so I just had some, I have some postcards, and this is a used one. It's vintage, it's pretty old. I don't know if I can see the date right now. Let me see. No, I really can't read it right now. You may be able to figure it out later on, whoever gets this, but that's tucked in there. And then when I saw those yellow, you know, the yellow center of those flowers, I thought it was perfect for this journal. So I just have that tucked in there. And this is a little tag, a pretty little tag that I received from my friend Laura and in Happy Mail, and just thought it was really pretty with the green and everything on here. So I've tucked that in there. It's a pretty little tag. And she's got, like, it's really neat the way she did it. It's like a, you know, multimedia type art piece. So very pretty with all the different ribbons here and textures. And there's some little hearts on here. This is a really, really cool little tag. And so, and this is the stationery with the dragonflies. Green lined, and then magazine page with some sewn on rickrack. And then another pocket. This is the back half of the ledger paper. So this was, this piece was another one of those pieces that I was trying to use up the scraps with those flower descriptions, okay? So it was a long, narrow scrap, and I wrapped it around the ledger paper pocket as a decoration and sewed it on. So it's a little shorter than the ledger paper right here. So like here's the ledger paper pocket, here's the other pocket. So you can kind of use this as two pockets. So if you want to. So I have a decorated, this is a decorated index. It's not an index card, but this was for an index card event that I was participating in, and we had to decorate 3x5 cards. So I decorated some index cards, and then I decorated some cardstock that just was cut, that I had cut in 3x5 pieces and decorated them. So I thought this one came out really cute, and I put this one in here. It is on green cardstock, so it kind of, you know, matched the journal. It has a yellow flower in the middle right there. And then I just stuck these two little pieces of ephemera here, a little distressed manila tag, and just a little piece I had, like a little, you know, decorative kind of piece of ephemera I had in my stash that I made. I think I made this one, or I'm not sure. I think I made it and put it on file folder at least. So yeah, I just had that in here as a fun little kind of journaling card, or can be a decoration in this second pocket here if you want to use it as a second pocket, just to show you where that is. And then this side, I don't think I had two pockets on this side, but I do have a pocket. I have one pocket, and in here I have a little flash card that just fits in there nicely, and a pretty little playing card. And what I did was, I think I rounded the corners on this one and sewed on this lined paper on the back. So this covers up the, you know, the number side. And then this is the pretty side that I didn't cover up. So made it into a journaling card. So let me just get that back in there. The music paper, another piece of pretty stationery with a pocket. This one's zigzag stitched, and another pretty journaling piece. It's cardstock, and it's a little card here with the numbers. I thought it was so cute with the lines can be written on. And another lemon card tag. So that's in there with the satin, green satin ribbon. This is just that daytimer piece. And then we're pretty much at the back here. I have the tuck spot here with, this is a long, pretty narrow piece of note paper that I put there under that tuck spot. And then this envelope was in the, and this piece right here was actually in that stack of things I wanted to use up that was sitting around here. And I had a little pile here. And so I sewed it on here. This is a florist envelope. And I sewed it, I had got this at an estate sale. And so I sewed it here. And then, so then you flip it out. And there's a florist card. See, there was writing on here like to so-and-so. So I put this little piece here that was in that pile. I put it here to cover the name, and then someone can write on here whatever they want if someone wanted to. Can do whatever, date, name, whatever. And then in here I have a few pieces that I stuck in this envelope. So this is the original florist card that said Happy Mother's Day. And this looks old. This looks vintage. And then I had that other piece of just a scrap and that I was trying to use. So there was a name here, and I put that over the name. So this can be written on or further decorated or used somewhere, as a pocket or whatever. So that's just a fun little piece there. And then this is a couple little other journaling cards that I put in here. This one here I thought was neat. Number, doctor, and dose. It's like a little pharmacist card. I thought that was really cute and fun. So I put that in here. And just another little, it's white on the back. And I think I probably rounded the corners on this. Unless this was just a punch out. I don't know. I just have a ephemera basket. And I pulled this out because I thought it was cute for this, and it fit in this little envelope here. So I wanted to put some goodies in there. So then we're at the back. So I have a few little more pieces I see to put in the tuck spots or whatever I missed. I'm going to go back through here right now and get this done. But this will, by the time this video is published, hopefully be in my shop, in my Etsy shop. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this journal. It's something different. I never made one exactly like this cover before, so I think it came out really nice and pretty, and I wouldn't mind doing it again because I have lots of pretty napkins, and this one just came out so cool. So thanks for watching. Everybody have a great night and happy crafting. See you next time.